Well, hello everyone. Alejandro J. Tornato here, and I am the founder and CEO of Tornato Speaking, Leadership, and Coaching LLC. And also, I am co-partner with my dear friend Juanita Kapp on the Captor Connection. And you know that we have a conference, which is the Captor Connection Conference, coming up very, very quickly on November 11th, 12th, and 13th. And is going to be a conference like no other conference. I mean, six incredible topics. We said it before, six explosive topics, and 18 fabulous speakers, great communicators, great connectors, with experience, international speakers who are going to be the highlight of this conference. And they are going to deliver so much incredible value to all of you. So let me start by saying that if you have not registered yet for the conference, then we are going to put the link below, so you can just go ahead and register. Okay, and today, what we are going to do is we are going to highlight one of the topics that is going to be expounded at the conference. Of course, we are just going to be introducing the topic. We are going to be doing a little bit of a discussion on the topic, but certainly at the conference, the speakers are going to dive deep, very deep into this very, very, very important topic, which is mental health. Mental health. And so I'm going to now pass the baton to my dear friend. She is an incredible speaker herself. She is an incredible leader, entrepreneur. She has more energy than I have. I have not seen a human being with so much vitality, so much energy, and such a desire to reach out to others and to really make a positive difference. And so it is my pleasure, to introduce Juanita Kapp, all the way from South Africa. How are you doing, my dear friend, today?
Good day, Alejandro. Good day, audience. It's such a blessing to be here today. Thank you for the lovely introduction. I am so excited to be a part of the Captor Connection and be part of the Captor Connection conference as well. Thank you, Alejandro. You are always, keeping up with the pace. I appreciate it. And, we all have strong points, and I think we make a good a team, as I would say. And, we also put together successfully, and that's also such a huge blessing, the Captor Connection team speakers. And let me tell you, there are speakers, they're international top-notch speakers that you do not want to miss. And Alejandro and I myself, we will also be doing a session, so look out for that as well. But just very happy to be here today. And today we're going to discuss the topic of mental health. Now, mental health, if we ask what it is, some generic answers to that would be, it's emotional, psychological, or the social well-being of a person. But plainly stated, I think, Alejandro, mental health has a lot to do with how an individual is able to handle stress. Because we live in a broken world, we live in a fast-paced society. There's pressures, there's challenges. We have subconscious stress, and in one of the other lives that we did, Alejandro, we talked about the subconscious mind and the conscious mind. So we have subconscious stress. We also have stress that we're aware of most of the time. But actually, are we dealing with it? And if we don't know how to deal with any of it, if we don't know how to overcome this, it's going to overpower us. And what's going to happen in return? Of course, there's going to be an overload. And most often, very sadly, people develop mood disorders.
Mm.
People develop anxiety because they have no way to deal with it. They have no way to avoid it. Boom, overload, mood disorder. Some people go into a state of anxiety. Some people have a more severe reaction. That's where we find people that, develop bipolarism. They can go into psychotic mode. They can completely have a burnout. I know about people that have burned out so badly, mentally, emotionally, and physically, that it actually interfered with their life. It was a disorder that was too much to handle, and it took quite some time for them to recover. And I've been through burnout myself. So when I bring something to the audience, it's because I can speak out of a place of experience. Now, what most people don't realize is that your energy is not balanced when you are in a state of stress or in a state of anxiety. And if you feel exposed to negative energies of others, it can be detrimental to your health. So if you are under constant stress, you don't do something to avoid it, or you don't know how to cope with it, you can actually get physically ill if your energy is not protected. You'll feel drained. You'll feel lethargic. You'll be tired. Mentally, you'll be unmotivated. After a while, of feeling like this, you can actually get physically ill. But getting ill is that where you want to be. Think
Mm.
of your routine today. Think of the pressures that you have and how you are handling it, because it's affecting you in a mental way. And it's going to spill over to all the other areas of your life. I
Mm.
attribute the presence of this to the phenomena of the fact that people believe blatant lies and misconceptions that are put out there. Let
Mm.
me give some examples. Maybe we believe that self-care, doing self-care, taking part in self-care is selfish.
Mm.
Maybe society has portrayed the fact that if we take a break, we are giving up. Maybe we believe that if we create a personal space for ourselves, that we are wrong, that there's something wrong with us. And I want to say to the audience, Alejandro, none of these are true. In fact, all of these are essential. You have to take a break. You have to practice self-care. You have to have your own personal space. And what I'm going to say next might sound a bit harsh, but the quality of your mental health is really up to you.
Mm. Yeah.
And, I want to say today, if you feel that you are too far down the road, maybe you feel you are close to burnout, reach out to someone. Don't feel like people will think you are weak. We are all human. Alejandro and I know there's only so many hours in the day.
Yeah.
And do what you can do for that day. Don't wait. If you feel burned out today, mentally, emotionally, physically, make the decision to reach out and start living a better life. Now, how can you start doing that? You take time off. I remember last week, Alejandro and I had a conversation. I had a very, very busy weekend. And when I came back, because I was traveling, when I came back, I felt for the first 2 days I was fine. And then I think it was here around Thursday, Alejandro, we were going to do our live. And I sent Alejandro a voice note and I said, Alejandro, my body is speaking to me. I believe that
Mm.
was my words. Those were my words. I said, my body is speaking to me.
Yeah.
I need to take a break from social media today.
Mm.
I said, let me get back up again. Let me rejuvenate and let's do the live another day. And Alejandro phoned me and we had a lovely conversation, and he's always been so gracious. We just get along so well because he understands
That's
that
right.
we have to pace ourselves. So if you're at that place, don't be worried to say, you know what, today I just don't feel like myself. I'm a little bit tired, and there can be a million things that can cause that. But start with yourself. Take time for yourself. If you are in the audience and you're tired, just take a few days off. Or start journaling. Because when we journal, we don't overthink.
That's
So
right.
you take your journal and you start to write down how you feel, and you put those emotions on paper. And the moment that you put them on paper, you get them out of your mind. Because what happens when our mental health starts going down? We are overthinking. There's too much chaos going on. There's too much external impulses. Get them out. And if you have a lifestyle, I know people that are allergic to certain foods, Alejandro, and they still eat them because they crave it. What does that say mentally? So I'm going to give over to you now, Alejandro. Let me know your thoughts about mental health.
Well, I tell you, I mean, I could have been listening to you for many, many hours because you hit on so many important points, Jay. And the first one that I want to emphasize is that we are living in times, we are living
Yeah.
as a society where most people, they are afraid, for whatever reason, they are afraid to say no. and
Yes.
and we are living in a society that pushes us to
Yeah.
keep on going, go, 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 go. and
Yeah.
and we are not paying attention to something that you
Mm.
mentioned, which is very, very important, and is
Yeah.
self-care. If we
Mm.
don't care for ourselves,
Yeah.
are we going to expect other people to care? Well, I mean, there could be some real close friends, maybe family members, who see us going all the
Yeah.
time, and it says, hey, listen, you need to put on the brakes. You need to
Yeah.
slow down. You need to take some time off because, you know, when we get into that depression whirlwind going
Mm-hmm.
down, and we don't realize it first, and we open our eyes when we are halfway down that spiral, then
Yeah.
it takes a lot of effort to get out of that. And
Yes.
it's like getting closer to a black hole. The gravity of the
Yeah.
black hole, it just pulls you
Yeah.
in, and it doesn't, I mean, it doesn't matter how you want to get out, but you are trapped because you pass that horizon where, I
Yeah.
mean, there's no escape. I mean,
Mm.
you're already sucked into that gravitational pull. And so
Yeah.
that's what happens, I mean, with mental health. And I tell you one thing, Jay, um,
Yeah.
you know, I think that mental health issues, they were present, um,
Mm.
even before the pandemic
Yeah.
hit us
Yeah.
globally.
Yeah.
But I do believe, but the statistics are there to prove it. That there, I
Yeah.
mean, this is a fact, that the pandemic and isolating people,
Mm.
especially isolating young people who
Mm.
were not able to go to school and socialize, and they were just by themselves. That has caused so much disruption,
Yes.
so much anguish, so much
Mm.
depression, that you can see it, that the level of suicides among
Yes.
young people have tremendously
Mhm.
increased, and that is
Yeah.
because young people sometimes, even, I mean, when you deal with teenagers, I mean,
Yes.
teenagers, they have they have that ability to say, my goodness, the world is wrong, I am right. And that's because, I mean, that's the time of
Yeah.
their journey, that they think that they can conquer everything. and
Yes.
and 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 they do not know, or they do not have yet that awareness that
Mm.
they are still growing, that they're
Yeah.
still developing, and when situations like those hit them, they are unprepared to
Yeah.
handle those. And sometimes the way that they handle it is, well, I guess there's no hope, and they can see all around,
Mm-hmm.
and perhaps they don't have a support group, and
Yeah.
perhaps parents, their parents, they are not engaged, and they do not see that there is a problem, and they let them do whatever they want. And then one day they found that it's already too late, because
Yes.
the child is already gone. and
Mm.
and we have witnessed, and we have seen far too many cases.
Yeah.
And I think that what we want to do, and what the speakers at the conference want
Yes.
to do, is from their own experiences, because the speakers who are going to be expounding on this topic of mental health
Yeah.
is not that they're coming up, I mean, with their ideas. No, 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 no. Is they are going to come from their own personal experiences
Yeah.
of even, perhaps even, thinking about ending their lives.
Yes.
And we're so glad that they haven't made that step, because
Yes.
now they are able to share those experiences with everyone else. And I tell
Yeah.
you, mental health is something
Yeah.
that it is not hopeless. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
there is tremendous hope, but you have to be aware, and you have to seek help, you have to
Yes.
seek support, and people have to come close to really help you out of that kind of a crisis. So
Yeah.
that's what we want to do. We want
Beautiful.
to help people. We want to add value in this important area.
Absolutely. I love that. You are absolutely correct. And the speakers that are going to be speaking about mental health is Gordon D. Melville, the long bearded guy. I mean, he speaks from experience. He is
Yeah.
an anti suicide activist. He is so involved. Amazing, amazing individual. We have Deborah Smart. I mean, if you know what Deborah has been through in her life, and you look at her, we call her, and she's known as the one smart lady. If you look at her, and you see that smile and that vibrant personality, you would never, ever in a million years think that she has gone through everything that she's gone through. Just a wonderful example of the fact that looking after your mental health can really bring yourself out of that pit that you were in. And as well, I'm also going to be speaking on mental health. I've worked extensively with counseling, with all areas of mental health for 15 years in the ministry. And I'm looking forward to that so much, because there's something that I want to say to the audience. We always keep on learning. Every single day we can learn something. It can be the most wonderful public speaker. It can be a child. It can be a colleague. We learn through our experiences. And that's why we want to invite you to the conference. And you mentioned something, and there's something that I've always been, saying in my counseling and in my leadership training, and I think it relates to mental health. You mentioned that the youth and younger people, they kind of get to a place that they feel that they know everything. I mean, they can just conquer the world. They think they know everything. And you know what I've always taught the groups that I work with? If you really want to get to the place where you can conquer the world, and you can kind of just like do what you put your mind to, you first have to conquer yourself. And
Yeah.
how do you do that? You make sure your mental health is on par,
Yeah.
because it all starts here.
Yeah.
What did Walt Disney say? Walt Disney said, if you can dream it, you can do it.
Yeah.
So if your mind is in the right space, if you are mentally strong, and you only get there by looking after it, by taking care of it, you can really achieve anything. Over to you, Alejandro.
Oh yes, I mean, definitely. I mean, it's amazing the power of the mind, the power of our thoughts.
Yeah.
And as well as, and then coming, talking a little bit about like a holistic approach to health.
Yes.
Um,
Yeah.
uh, you know, um, the body, our human body, has a tremendous ability to heal
Yes.
itself. You
Yes.
see, this is something, and when we talk about holistic medicine and holistic techniques and so forth, this is something that the conventional medical profession doesn't want to hear about,
Yeah.
because of course, I mean, where do they make their money? Where do they benefit? Is by having people consume a lot of drugs. I mean,
Yes.
you have this ailment. Well, there's a medicine for that. Now,
Yeah.
I'm not saying, and I'm not advocating that where a prescription and a medicine is called for because really is going to make you well, that's good and fine.
Mm-hmm.
But let's not forget that we have been created, our human body has been created with internal mechanisms that,
Yes.
I mean, when we so many people, they get ill because of their thinking, because of their thoughts,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
they want to get ill, and they do get ill. And
Yeah.
because your thinking makes you sick, then guess what, your thinking can reverse that
Exactly.
and can
Yeah.
heal you and can cure you without any pill, without any prescription.
Yeah.
And so that is the power that we have. And so many people are not tapping into that power.
Mm.
As a matter of fact, you are just letting, if you let your body and mind decay, guess what, Jay, they
Yeah.
will decay. But if
Yes.
you keep your mind and your body healthy and greatly nourished and tendered and cared for, then what? It will not decay. It
Mm.
will
Mm.
it will flourish. It will be even more vibrant. And that's the key. But you said it, everything
Yeah.
starts with our thoughts.
Yes. Yes. Conquer yourself. Conquer yourself. Conquer your thoughts. Get to a place. If we are mentally strong, and I'm just gonna, add on to what you said. If you are mentally strong, your body will be healthy because you will believe good things about yourself. You will say good things about yourself, and there's a constant flow between all the parts of your body, soul, and spirit. So if you also go and you do a lot of exercise, mentally you will feel less stressed. So it's actually so, it's so close to you. It's within your reach to enjoy good mental health. But like Alejandro said, take a holistic approach. Work on your body, work on your mind, do the reading, surround yourself with positive people. There are so many ways that you can go out there, attend the conferences that you are able to attend, and learn from people who have been there.
Mm,
Learn from people who have had the experience, who have the answers to your questions. And that's something that we haven't highlighted on one of the lives yet. There is going to be a Q&A section at each session, at the end of each
yeah,
session.
that's
At
right.
the conference, you will be able to speak with Alejandro and I. You will be able to speak with the speakers. You can ask your questions, and should we run out of time, we will make sure that there is a platform where you can send your questions to, so that we can provide you with those answers. And I just want to end with this. Come to the Captor Connection Conference. Come and learn, become a part of our community and our project. and grow with us. Over to you, Alejandro.
Yes, it's once you put yourself in that environment, in that
Yes,
growth environment, with people who really care about you. I mean, and this is what this community is doing, and
yes,
what we are reaching out is because we care about people, because we value people,
yeah,
and that's what we intend to do. Now, this is our first conference, capturing your hearts. We want to capture your hearts for good. We want to help you in your journey, wherever
yeah,
you happen to be on that journey. You can just be starting your journey, you can be very far ahead in your journey, or somewhere in between. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. What matters is that we are going to help you keep moving forward and
yes,
growing at the same time. You see, I heard it so many times. If we are not growing, we
yeah,
are dying.
yes,
And we don't want that second option. We want to keep growing. Because we are living in this world that opens up so many possibilities and opportunities, and,
yeah,
and and we have to be ready, and the way that we are ready is by growing, is by keep making us closer to becoming our very best versions of who we have been created to be. Okay, and
absolutely.
so it's definitely a delight and a pleasure, I mean, to be with you, Jay, and to have this conference, and this is just the first step.
Yeah,
So many more things coming up in the future. A lot of ideas, and not just ideas, but everything starts with an idea, but is the implementation of that idea that is going to definitely make a difference. And so, uh,
absolutely.
definitely, I mean, do you have any final thoughts? And with that, I mean, we can wrap this session up.
Absolutely loved it. Thank you so much for a wholesome conversation as always, and looking forward to the Capital Connection Conference. Get your ticket today. Change your life. Come and work on your mental health. We have so many topics. There are 6 topics. There are 18 top-notch speakers. We know them personally. They are amazing. Come and join us. Enjoy it with us. And this, as Alejandro said, is only the start of something amazing. Thank you so much for joining us, and I really appreciate it. Feel free to reach out to me on Facebook and we can have a conversation. Over to you, Alejandro.
Thank you, Jay. I really appreciate you. And to all of you, don't forget, register for the conference. It's coming quickly, and we want to see you with us, grow together, and let's keep making a difference. All the very best, and be well.
Bye.
Bye bye.